So I've pretty much spent like the last day or so like just absolutely blasting out on my accounts, just taking ages. But I think I'm going to get a Vayner time in after lunch. It's Vayner time. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what this is, basically I sort of go through a question on the Ask Gary Vee book and summarise his answer. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the question. The question is, why are so many people afraid of Snapchat, especially marketers? Okay, so he answers with, people want to do what they already know. So he continues to say, people have too much suspicion towards these new platforms to end up late to the party and play catch up for the rest of their life. He says it's never been more important to innovate in 2016 based marketing, that you've got to be fast to survive nowadays. Like, I'm going to try and keep an open mind towards new platforms, so hopefully I'd end up being a sort of early adopter and keep one step ahead of everyone. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching Vayner Time. Like, hope you enjoyed it. Like, I'm going to try and do this at least twice a week. Like, cheers, bye. Right, everyone, so I've just got back from my brother's birthday meal. Like, I couldn't get back in time to take photos of my European figures, so it was about £75 worth. I just want to sort of ask what you all think about this whole like Vayner time thing. Like, I've had mixed opinions so far, so swipe up and let me know. Like, don't sort of just sort of say, oh yeah, it's great, and then try and sell me something. Like, I sort of want honest feedback with it all, because I want to make this at least decent content. I think if like 90% of people think it's good, then I'll continue with it. If it splits sort of like 50-50, then it's just wasted effort really. Like, I've got other stuff to do. The votes are being counted and the results are in. There's quite a few votes, by the way. That's like 13 people replied. Like, that's crazy. I can reveal to you, that Vayner Time's here to stay, I guess. I think people actually said they wanted more of it, like on more days and longer episodes. Like, thanks, but like, I don't want sort of Snapchat to take away too much focus from like my actual business and sort of my main sort of mission. Like, I want to try and keep like Snapchat a balance between information for you guys, like with Book O'Clock and Vayner Time, and my actual business mission. Today I've got absolutely loads of stock to organise. Like, I might be able to get it in for tomorrow, but it's more likely to be Monday because they don't collect on weekends. Right, this is completely off topic, but like, I'm waiting for lunch to cook at the moment. I'm going to start trying to sort of organise my mates a bit better on Snapchat. I'm going to start putting like a #1 at the start of people's name who like don't follow me, like the likes of like Gary Vee and stuff, like, so I can find them a lot easier. I'm going to put a #2 for like the friends who like follow me and watch my stuff, so I can find people easier and watch their stuff easier. This will hopefully like make it easier to sort of just watch everything all at once at the end of the day. So like, there aren't any distractions during the day. I can sort of like be more productive. Second thoughts, I can probably like switch the numbers around. So it's like friends #1 and celebrities #2. Right, so I woke up this morning like, I'm considering sort of like quitting this whole Snapchat thing, because like, it's really taking up a lot of focus. Like, I'm not concentrating on the business at all. Like, I carry on sort of like posting my figures and everything, but like, I think actually making an effort on it, I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Like, the numbers are dropping by the day. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll post the Vayner Time on Tuesday and Thursday and the Book O'Clock on Sunday, so like, people can pick and choose when they want to watch it. This way I can sort of like track how popular they actually are, and I won't feel pressure to kind of actually post stuff on the other days. Like, I can concentrate on the business. It's not like the actual time that these shows take up, it's more like I start thinking about it too much. Like, so it wastes time. I need to actually focus on the business, and hopefully this will help. Like, I think if like that still doesn't work, I still concentrate on like Snapchat rather than the business, and I don't get that many viewers, I'll probably just do it only occasionally. So I'm just going to tune into the latest Daily V and tell you what I think about it. It's funny how he like, made the comment about him wanting to film his rise from like his 20s onwards. Like, that's at least what I'm trying to do, like from zero to hero. I think if I actually want to get to like the 0.1%, I need to stop like messing about and actually get on with stuff. Like, I'm never going to get there if I don't focus fully. Honestly, I don't think I can really have like two missions at the same time. I can't like concentrate on Snapchat, then go back to the business. Like it's not happening. Like, I need to go 100% on the business. I'll still post it though. Like I'll post my thoughts, me watching Gary Vee, book a clock every Sunday, I think, and my figures. But this has to take a back seat. Right, guys. So I've just been going through this book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. It's proper like clarifying my thoughts about all that two goals at once thing I was talking about. I'll go through it tomorrow with the guys for that whole book o'clock, which is going to be every Sunday. But today I'm going to proper like drive on with this whole work. I know I'm like majorly flip-flopping this whole thing, but do you reckon I should do Vayner Time every Saturday? Like swipe up and tell me if so. Okay, so people are responding pretty well. So like every Saturday from next week onwards is going to be Vayner Time. I think it's a bit out of order to ignore everyone, so that's a new plan. Just going to listen to a bit of the MF CEO to motivate myself to continue all this sort of packing up and stuff. I am so annoyed with myself today. Like, I got up at bloody 12 o'clock. Like, what am I playing at? But I've got to step it up so badly. But like, book o'clock's going to be in about an hour or so. So I'm just sort of coming up with the intro now. Like, hope you'll like it.
Like a lot more than materialistic things, knowledge.
It's book o'clock. Okay, so I'll quickly just go through what this is for new viewers. Like basically, I do sort of a business-based book summary every Sunday, and I call it Book O'Clock. So today I'm going through The One Thing by Gary Keller. Okay, so number one is that failing to think big can limit your opportunities. So number two is that 20% of the effort produces 80% of the results. So prioritize your to-do list to make sure that the most important thing is done first. So number three is to break tasks into smaller parts so you get started and begin to build some momentum faster. So number four is to have one main goal and to 100% concentrate on that when looking for extra motivation. So number five is to build habits one thing at a time so it no longer requires discipline to do it, you're just doing it purely out of habit. He says never multitask, like you can't switch from one thing to another at a time and stay productive. So do one thing at a time, which is called chunking. He says that everyone has a fuel tank of willpower and it will run out during the day. So use your willpower effectively. He says learn to say no to other projects so you can focus on your one thing and your one main goal. So he says visualize your one main goal to keep you driven for when you're sort of like feeling a bit down and not really up for working. Finally, he says, don't let your personal life crash and burn. Like, make sure you prioritise your work time to make sure you've got time to look after the kids and family. This is what I was talking about, like, with me struggling to have two goals at once. Like, I can't really fully focus on the Snapchat at the same time as doing the business. I found it very difficult to sort of like switch from one mission to another at the same, like, during the same day. Like, it just really wasn't working out very well. I was getting nothing done. They're going to start sort of like chunking my time, so doing all the Snapchat and book o'clock and Vayner Time all at once, so I don't sort of have to switch missions over and over again. Like I've already planned out next week's book o'clock, and I've planned out 3 weeks worth of Vayner Time, so I think I can fully focus on the business mission for this week. So yeah, that's the end of this week's book o'clock. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something from it as well. This is going to be every Sunday, so tune in for next time. I do realise it's all kind of like boom, 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 like quite fast. So scroll down to the bottom, find my name, and watch it all again if you want to sort of double hear it kind of. Thanks for the feedback on the book o'clock thing. Like people seem to think it's pretty valuable to them, so I'm going to put it out every week. Like make sure I do. I just want to sort of give a heads up to everyone. Like I'm probably not going to post too much sort of informational stuff during the week. Like I'll post that at the weekend with Vayner Time and book o'clock. During the week, I'm pretty much going to be posting about the Amazon stuff and probably watch Gary Vee, but I'm not going to be kind of like I'm not going to have any shows during the week, kind of. Probably will like remind people about the book o'clock and Vayner time like every couple of days or so, like just so new viewers understand what I do. Like hopefully it won't get too annoying. Like, and by the way, I'm going to make the Vayner time have 2 questions instead of 1, because I'm only doing it weekly, so like it makes sense to make the show relatively long. Just been watching some Donald Trump, and I find it quite interesting how like he's using sort of business sales techniques and marketing to help him get votes. So I'll just sort of break down like some of the techniques that he's using that I sort of recognise just from watching him, because I only watch him because I find it quite entertaining. I know I can't vote. Like he uses a lot of like social proof, like the amount of times he says, "Oh, everyone says this, everyone says that," and like he says, "All the polls say this." Like it's crazy. He also uses a lot of like authority bias. Like he says, "Oh, this important lawyer says this," so he's like using their reputation to make him sound better. He's also like branding people with like a negative emotion, so it's more memorable, like a crooked Hillary and a lion's head. But I'm surprised the other candidates haven't picked up on this. Like, why don't they call him like Crazy Donald or Deceitful Donald or something? Like, it might help them out. He also really recognises the importance of getting the exposure from the TV to get extra votes as well, which is another business kind of thing. Yeah, they're the 4 main ones I can think of at the moment. Like, I'll probably think of more, but like, I just find it all quite interesting how it sort of is applying to politics as well. Weird, I haven't really had like sort of my normal crazy drive so far today. Like, I've just not been as bothered. Like, I don't really know why. It's actually been quite sort of relaxing, not being sort of like, come on all the time. Like, but I'm sure like by tomorrow I'll be like back to being my over ambitious nutter state.